he explained that a person is able to come upon truths or realities either through our senses, we see, we hear, we smell, through our intellect, we're able to make an analysis and come upon the truth of something. And the third is what's passed down through tradition. Tradition, something which we're not aware of, but we're aware because it was told us. That's called Kabbalah. That's called Masorah. That's the Masorah. The reality, grasping, fathoming God has no relevance to our senses. We're not able to fathom it, we come upon its truth only based on the Haggadah, what's told over to us. Tradition, transmission. Is what we said. The first thing you have to have is Masorah. Once you have Masorah, then you could secure the Masorah with what? With proofs. Right? Meaning, if there's so many variables, you say, it doesn't make sense unless. How do you know? That's what you say. But there may be another answer. But I have a Masorah. So the proofs only solidify and secure what my Masorah is. At Sinai, God appeared to them, so on and so forth. So there's a transmission. I accept the transmission as truth. Because we say, so millions of people see something, experience something at a certain level, they don't make up a lie. They don't make up a lie. So they shared this with the children with their children all the way. Now, with that understanding, you look at existence, and you see many things happening continuously, that continuously secures and confirms that truth, which is the Masorah. But if you start just with your proofs, then it means nothing. It's like, as I always say, like very often people say, I don't think there's a God because. Boy, do you have every answer. I said, I'll give you an answer on your question. So therefore, if I have an answer to answer the basis for your heresy, you're going to stop being a heretic. And I'll give you an answer which is a good answer. Right? A certain person. His questions become his answers. I said to him, well, what's the basis for your position? Well, I have questions. I said, I have answers for your questions. But I said, my answers, you don't have refutations of my answers. If you'd be able to refute my answers, one thing, you can't refute the answer. But I have an answer on your question. But he doesn't change his position. He's still the same heretic, the same atheist. Nothing has changed. Maybe somebody wrote the book 500 years ago. No, because it's through the Jews themselves. This is our text. Correct. One of the mitzvahs, the sheish zechirus, is to tell over to your children what we saw at Sinai. And each generation has to share that with their families, with their children. Correct. That's what the communists tried to break. They tried to break that connection, the linkage to the past. There's a Ramban. That Ramban writes, I think it's in Vayechi, that there's a bracha that we're scattered all over the world. Because if we're ever in one location, firstly, in terms of annihilation, they can annihilate us all. That was the problem. Purim, he ruled the world supreme. And the decree was given that every man, woman, and child should be killed, should be annihilated. It was a problem. Because the very few people were in that position where they ruled the world supreme. You couldn't escape. There was no way to escape. But it has to do with this also. So even though you may shut down, cut off Jews from their Masorah in one location, like in Russia, but the rest of the world had the Masorah. And there was a significant number of Jews, and it was proven that their Masorah was the Masorah of the Jews even in Russia. Their grandparents had the same Masorah before. That's the ingathering of exiles. That's going to Eretz Yisrael. That's the ingat. No, you should gather out from all four corners of the world. spoke about, the Gemara says that when the Jews left Egypt, Daber no Bosni, please, because the Gemara says because they wanted to leave so badly. They said, we're not interested in material. We just want to leave this location. So I was speaking to somebody over Shabbos that his parents, they were in the concentration camp. They left Auschwitz. They said when they left Auschwitz, anything material was the farthest thing from their mind. They just wanted to live just to get out of that hell, literally. Nothing else mattered to them. Not money, not gold, not out. That's all they wanted. You can say, you know what, where are you going? We just want to live, that's all. That's our priority. We have no interest in anything else. I mean, that's literally, that's the mindset of a person. No, which means if you start telling him what you're going to get, promises. They say, so we're managing promises. We just want out. Since we have multiple signs through his interaction regarding the creation, and there are multiples of these proofs, and the many stories regarding Hashem's midos, his attributes. We have recordings, right, in the Navi, miracles, different things that they did, which each story is a different story. The rock, his actions are perfect. All his ways are justice. I mean, what was Yisro so amazed? He was amazed. Yisro worshipped every deity in the world. No. Isa Shezodu Aleim. So Rashi says, everything that happened to the Egyptians was exactly Mida Keneged Mida. Whatever they did to the Jew, it was payback. At every level. Measure for measure. Whether it was terrestrial, but it was payback. To be so detailed and have an accounting, a reckoning, because Yisro was one of the divine. He knew exactly what the Egyptians did to the Jews. So if you're aware, then you're amazed. If you're not aware, you're not amazed. They were punished, they were destroyed. But how were they destroyed? It was Esa Shezodu Aleim. When Moshe shared with Yisro, with his father-in-law, exactly what happened, he was amazed. That's what he was amazed at. He was amazed at Mida Keneged Mida. But who could do Mida Keneged Mida? It's only the one who controls everything. Because if you don't control, how could you do Mida Keneged Mida? You can't. It's out of your domain. The answer is there's nothing out of God's domain. Everything's within God's domain. Therefore, he's able to punish Mida Keneged Mida, measure for measure. Ose mishvat yosem v'almore v'oiv ger. V'muisalib sip midosav Hashem ke'orachem v'chanu rechapayim v'rafches v'em noseh chesel alov noseh v'fesh v'chatov v'nakelo yinakeh chol edo hamidus roya aleim misomone masa briosov. All these attributes of chesed, of rachmim, are proved from his actions regarding creation. The wisdom and the ability, which is clearly proven through his actions. To be continued. Those codes, for some reason, they don't resonate with me. Some people are amazed by certain, I don't know, codes. No, either you get it or you don't get it. That's an easy. Masorah is the easiest proof. The best proof. The Jewish people are the smallest people in numbers in the world. Nobody's been through what we've been through, and despite everything, we're still here. How? Why? How many people are in the world today? 8 billion people. What is the focal and the focus of the world? These 13 million Jews. This small strip of land. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? The whole world's consumed with the Jew. Well, there's the the protocols of Zion. Still, does it make sense? Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense. But factually, it's a reality. Everybody is focused on the Jew.